first time I ever went, I would not go to Israel. I was convinced if I stepped terra firma on Israel, I stepped off the plane onto the tarmac, a war would break out.
Why?
I don't know why. It's a tick.
That's more than a tick.
Yeah.
That's psychotic.
Yeah, well, thank you.
What? I mean, why you stepping off the plane?
No, not me.
Just bad timing?
Bad timing.
All right, everyone, we're breaking down an exchange between Henry Winkler and Bill Maher that's sparking some serious debate. Now, Henry and Bill are good friends, but this is a point in which Henry actually stands against Bill for once. And he does it with actual logic. This clip is unique because honestly, I've never seen Henry or Bill disagree on something. So as always, let's analyze this clip. We'll give you guys our feedback as we go through it. So let's get into it.
Well,
I wouldn't cause the war.
Oh, I see.
I would just be in the middle of it.
I thought they were like, the funds.
Hey,
it's on.
Henry's here.
Allahu Akbar, the funds.
Really?
This is the last straw.
Oh, my God.
The funds is in Israel. Now we have to get them into the sea.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about their prime minister? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Of course. You can talk about anything. That's what I love about this.
I really think that he knows if, God forbid, he steps down or the war is over, he's in jail.
Now, this is some actual logic from Henry. Netanyahu clinging to power for dear life isn't about keeping Israel safe. It's about self-preservation. Leaders like him thrive on fear and chaos because it justifies their actions and consolidates their power. Henry's point here is a reminder that these wars often have as much to do with political survival as they do with national security. When you look at the corruption allegations against Netanyahu, you can't ignore how this war serves as a convenient distraction. Think about it. How often do we see leaders stoke conflict to avoid accountability? It's a tale as old as time. Let me know if you guys agree with that in the comments below.
I mean, that's possible, and we hear that a lot. I mean, it's interesting.
I believe it to my core.
Yeah, well, you don't know what's, I mean, that could be the case. You don't know what's in a person's heart. Whether that's true or not, you can still be supportive of the decisions he's making, which I am.
Okay.
It's very naive, I think, that this could go any other way.
Right.
And any other country in the world would not be expected to act any differently. If you get attacked, you get to fight back. And the war doesn't end when you start fighting back, which they always want with Israel. You know, when somebody...
You know what? A lot of what you're saying is true. However, I think that, you know, there are parents, there are families that are hurting because the hostages are not.
Yes, and it's the job of a statesman and a leader and a prime minister to think long term and not just short term. Like, if they don't eliminate Hamas,
they're not going to eliminate Hamas. Hamas is an idea, not a group of people.
I love this point from Henry. People love to oversimplify the conflict by painting Hamas as the only problem, but it's more complex than that. Hamas didn't emerge in a vacuum. It's a reaction to decades of occupation, oppression, and lack of representation. By dismissing it as just terrorism, Bill ignores the conditions that fuel these movements. And here's the thing. You can't bomb an idea into oblivion. The more you attack, the more you radicalize people who've lost everything. Peace doesn't come from airstrikes. It comes from addressing the root causes of the conflict.
That's a bullshit thing.
It's not bullshit.
Well, let me tell you something. They've said that for years. I just read, I think, Sam Harris on this, and he said it right.
I know Sam.
Okay, great. I
like
love
Sam.
Great. I'm glad we both do.
Yeah.
And he said this thing we've heard a lot of times, you can't kill an idea. He said, well, we did after World War II.
Until now.
We did kill a lot of Japanese, and that was unfortunate.
Right.
But, I mean, if you do kill enough lunatics, and Japan was led by lunatics,
right.
You know, died of the last person and a lot of suicide bombing and all that. Very similar to what we see with radical Muslims.
Right.
Suicide bombing, cult of martyrdom.
Right.
Okay, so Japan became our good friend. So let's not pretend that you can't actually get to the root of this. It is difficult.
I'm not pretending.
No.
I truly believe that in this particular case,
you will not.
You don't think that all those people that are now homeless and their families are destroyed, you don't think that they are now
I think you have
Hamas
to make calculation.
Again?
Of course, absolutely. That is going to happen. You are also recruiting.
So you want to kill every human being?
No. Is that what I said?
No, but I think it is what you were leading to.
No, it is certainly not what I'm leading to. What I'm saying
If we
is,
kill enough of them, we're going to end Hamas.
I didn't say that either.
I think you did.
No, I didn't. You
Okay.
said it.
You want to play it back?
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
didn't say that.
I didn't say
I
that.
did not say if you kill enough of them, the Hamas is
No,
over.
what I said was the idea that you can't kill an idea.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I was objecting to.
Right.
And I was quoting Sam talking
Right.
about the fact that
You
after
know,
World War II,
we did not kill Nazism.
yeah, we did.
Except for like a moment. It's back almost in every country.
Back in a tiny fringe. I mean, if you expect perfection,
I don't expect a perfection.
Well, then it's a silly argument.
I believe. Well, that's not true.
Well,
but
it is.
I believe that we are going to experience another Kristallnacht, and could very well experience it here.
Well, there's a lot of anti-Semitism, and that comes from people like Hamas.
Yeah, I see.
So, I mean, again, when you're a leader, you have to think long term.
Right.
If you don't know, they've prosecuted this war for 11 months, as we're recording this in September
Right.
of 2024. So they're at the final stage. They're in the South. Yes, there are probably still, I don't know, 80, 90 hostages left.
Right, 100.
It's horrible to think of the situation they've been in, and if we can't get them out.
In other words,
again, if I could just finish.
Yes, go right ahead.
You have to think in terms of long-term and numbers. Like those 100 people, we wouldn't want anyone to die, but what if we let Hamas off the hook and then it gets worse and 10,000 die? That's how.
10,000.
Well, in the future. In other words, if they are able to stage more attacks.
I see. 10,000 more Israelis.
You've gone this far for 11 months. And my question to people who have this argument is always, do you know what's going on really underneath Gaza in all the tunnels and how close they are?
I do not know.
I don't either. But you know who does know? The Israeli Defense Force. Now, are they perfect? Absolutely not. But again, they're not the ones purposely killing civilians. They try not to kill civilians. If you can't understand that difference morally, then you're very morally confused.
Are you?
Bill's trying to make Israel the moral high ground here, but let's be honest. Intent matters, sure, but results matter more. When entire neighborhoods are reduced to rubble and thousands of innocent people are dead, you can't brush that off as collateral damage. The line between intent and impact becomes meaningless when you're dealing with this level of destruction. Henry's skepticism here is spot on. How can you claim the moral high ground when you're dropping bombs on schools and hospitals? You can't preach morality while ignoring the human cost. That doesn't make any sense.
You watching the same footage I'm watching?
You think they are trying to kill civilians?
I think that it is indiscriminate.
That's what war is.
Okay.
War becomes that. There is no war you can name that didn't. Sherman burned Atlanta to the ground, and it wasn't just the military people he was killing. It's a shame, but again, there's a very simple solution to this. Stop attacking Israel.
Right.
Bill says this like it's the ultimate solution, but he completely ignores context. Sure, stopping attacks would help, but that's only half the story. How about addressing the conditions that led to these attacks in the first place? You can't just tell people living under an apartheid-like system to stop resisting. Imagine if someone kicked you out of your home, restricted your movement, and treated you like a second-class citizen. Would you stay quiet? Of course not. Resistance is a symptom of the problem, not the cause. I thought that would have been obvious enough.
Jews used to know this.
Right. Okay.
Still love you.
I love you.
Okay.
I have no judgment about your point of view.
Great. And I not of yours.
I disagree a little bit with what you're saying.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't think that the head of Israel at this moment is a soulful human being.
That may be true too. I didn't say he wasn't, and I didn't say even that he might not be doing what you suggested he might be doing. What I was saying is, even if those things are true, it could also be true that this is the correct policy, which I believe it is. I think you've gone 11 months to do this. Let's finish it while we're there.
Okay, how does it finish? Tell me that.
How does it finish?
Yes.
Is there a
What do you
is that
see?
you have extirpated enough of Hamas that some other entity can be brought in to rule that country?
Right.
Because that was always a coiled snake
Right.
right at the foot of Israel.
Right.
You can't live like that.
Right.
Okay, there's only one side in this who wants a two-state solution. That would be at least part of Israel. Maybe not everybody in Israel, but that.
Okay, I find this point kind of hilarious. Saying you want something and then your actions completely saying the opposite, I think your actions speak far more. Israel's actions don't exactly scream two-state solution. Settlement expansions, land grabs, and constant blockades don't align with the idea of coexistence. If you're serious about peace, you don't keep pushing the boundaries of your own territory while calling for compromise. It's time we stop taking these claims at face value because there's zero value behind them.
They've certainly offered that many times. Hamas has been very plain. They do not want a two-state solution. They want a solution where all the Jews die. Again, Jews used to be kind of on the page that this is a bad thing. Again, we can disagree.
Oh, I think the
But-
Jews are on the page that it's a bad thing.
Well, you're okay. Let's just say I'm not even a Jew.
Right.
But let's just say you're more
But
equivocal about it than I am.
You are an atheist.
Yes.
That's right. Sure.
Yes. And I went and we made the movie Religulous. We spent 10 days in Israel,
Right.
in all over. I
Right.
mean, and it was fascinating and eye-opening, and I'm
Right.
so glad I did it.
Right.
And
Well, there you have it, people. Henry Winkler calling out Bill Maher's shallow takes on Israel and Palestine. Henry wasn't really all that aggressive within this argument, but to have someone you've known forever and have been extremely close with challenge your point of views, it sort of speaks volumes. What do you guys think? Did Bill's arguments hold up, or is Henry right to push back and his arguments fell through? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and as always, we'll see you guys in the next one.